everything, and all of a sudden everything is lined up in your favor. The dominoes start to fall in your direction. The cards are stacked in your favor. Why? Because heaven has given you some approval. So shift your attitude. Get a smile on your face. Stop walking around here dejected. It's not over yet. And God ain't finished. Let me give you a bulletin. God still sits on the throne. God is still full of power. He ain't lost not one iota, not one troop of his power. The blood still runs from Calvary. There's nothing that's impossible for my God to do. So shift your attitude, shake yourself, pull yourself, and get yourself together, because God is working on your behalf. God is turning the tide in your favor. God is rewriting the narrative. God, I feel the Holy Ghost. God is.
He said, just like
Shifting
that.
things in your favor. I know it's the fourth quarter. It's October. It looks like God, a lot that you promised, I ain't seen it yet. But I want you to know that it ain't over. That God specializes in underdog situations. God specializes in a comeback. If you don't believe me, ask Lazarus. It was over. And he had been wrapped up, and the lights were turned off, and the tomb was closed. And God, through Jesus, stepped in on the scene and said, now it's just like how I want it. And he stepped in the fourth quarter, and he turned that thing around. Why? Because God doesn't move according to your timetable. He doesn't move according to your urgency. He moves when there is a big enough audience that has gathered around you and they're laughing at you. He moves when enough people have turned their back against you and walked away from you. He moves when all the lights have been turned off and you can't pay the bill. He moves when you've been put out the house and you think, where am I going to go? He moves when the car will not turn on and you don't know how you're going to survive. He moves when you've got a bad diagnosis and you don't know, can God do this? I want you to know he specializes. He's a specialist in the ridiculous. He's a specialist in the impossible. There is nothing that's too hard. Faith